Howdy, folks. I'm Appreciative Apples, aptly applying for apocalyptic apartments.
I'm Amber.
And here are more apartments that are just a pure disaster because they've got applesauce all over the walls because the apples that we decided to take for rent are actually not very good apples. Amber, so what are we doing today now for our tongue twisters?
Well, I was using seed packets for my summer fruits or summer vegetables, and I lost that when my browser quit. So now we have summer fruits and veggies.
Summer fruits and veggies.
And these ones are in alphabetical order, like Brian wants.
Let's get started. Alright, folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Making Keepsake Books for My Daughters That Don't Include My Husband? So, I'm a 31-year-old female, and I have been making books for my daughters, 6 and 2, since my first was born. Every year, on their birthdays, I write them a letter talking to them about them. Every year, on their birthdays, I write a letter talking about them and how much I love them. And I have been pasting them in a book next to a picture of me and them for each year. I plan on gifting these books to them when they turn 16. My thinking was that we don't tell people that we love how much we love them, and I never want my daughters to question my love. You also never know how life is going to pan out, and this way they will always have a personal memento of my own words in case anything were to happen to me. Now, my husband, 33, has always known about this. I was never keeping it from him. I would write the notes on my phone, and then when I got the time, I would write the time, I would write them out and put them in a book. He would even go through my phone and take snippets of what I wrote from my notes and post them in Instagram. The problem arose when my oldest daughter had just turned 4 and he came across me actually putting the letter in the book. He looked at the book and the pictures of me and her and said, "What about me?" He was angry that I hadn't included him and insisted that I either go back and I change all of the letters to say we instead of I and print new pictures that have him in them or stop making the book. I haven't stopped making these books because I think that they will be important for my girls to have. I've just put them in the back of the cupboard, hoping that he won't find them. I feel like they are about my relationship with my daughters, and I'm a little sad that my husband doesn't see the value in that. But I feel uncomfortable that they are now a secret from him. I guess I need some outside opinions. Am I the jerk, or is my husband being unreasonable here? Edit, just to be clear, because there seems to be some misunderstanding. These books are not full of photos documenting my children's lives. Just one page per year with a letter from me and one photo with me and said child. Alright, folks, what do you think?
Not the jerk. I mean, it sounds like she's not even doing whole family photos. It's her and the birthday child. This is her letter to them, and it seems like he just wanted to profit off of her labor and pretend like he was going in on this too.
Well, and it took him 4 years to figure out that he wasn't in the book.
Right.
Which means he's not reading them, which means they're not that important to him. It just feels more like you said, he wants to reap from the benefits of this, as opposed to actually put any real work into making a memento book for them.
Right, because he could do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And, like, if he had reacted differently and just been like, oh, like, I'm a little hurt, I'm not in there, can I contribute? Like, I think there could be a compromise there. But it seems like he doesn't want to do anything. He just wants OP to do all the work and for him to get half the credit.
Yeah. So I think that OP is not in the wrong here. I think that this is, again, one of those situations where he has chosen not to participate in this, and he was just expecting to get credit. He can make his own memento book, or he can ask to be included in this one and say that he wants to also contribute a letter and a photo to the daughters. I don't see what would be so bad about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he can do this as well. He can take the time and effort and write up a letter in his own words and have a relationship with his daughters through those types of, pictures and words and letters and stuff like that.
It's more meaningful that way, and people can usually pick up when it's the mom doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know he thinks he'd get massive props, but there's a good chance the daughters would figure out that this was really the mom's doing anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Oh, and before we move on, let's see what the wheel has to say about this one. What judgment shall we enact upon OP here? A saint but misunderstood. I think that it works. Honestly, That worked very well. It worked really well. Good job, Wheel. Good job. Oh, and folks, if you have any suggestions for the wheel that you want included on here, put your suggestions in the comments and I'll throw additional options onto the wheel.
Yeah, what is this wheel?
This wheel is the Wheel of Judgment.
So it's a new thing we're doing.
Yes, we're throwing Wheels of Judgment onto here. If you don't like the Wheel of Judgment, you can also let me know. Maybe I'll put a poll. And Zarath Zen says, not the jerk, why on earth can he not make his own? Or the two of you work on one together? I kind of see his point. It may look like you love her more since you put the time and effort into making these things, but he's not willing to do that for whatever reason. My wife did something similar a couple years in a row for our daughter, making her a book with our daughter as the main character. I decided that I wanted to be involved, and the last 3 years I have written her a short story, and my wife illustrates and does layouts for it, so it's a gift from both of us. But notice that they are both putting effort into this. And OP replies, that is absolutely a lovely idea, and you sound like a great dad. And Techno Pineapple says, info. So you claim that it never crossed your mind to include your husband in the book? It's blatantly clear now that your husband wants to be included. My question is your husband allowed to be included in this gift? It isn't actually clear if you would let him contribute if he put the effort in. If he selected some pictures and wrote a heartfelt letter and asked for them to be included in the book, how would you react? And OP replies, I would love and wholeheartedly encourage that. But he didn't bring up anything like that in his issue with it. He told me to either stop or change it to we, so that he can get credit with no work. And Sheep Pup says, not the jerk. He was aware of it, he liked your work enough to post pieces of it on social media for the accolades it would get him. And now he wants to act all hurt that he never put in the time and effort to actually contribute to this project and wants you to either stop doing something to show your daughters that you love them or go back and retroactively add him in something that he has absolutely nothing to do with so that he gets to take credit for something that he didn't do. You don't do that. He can come up with his own idea or start making his own letters. I'll even give him a free idea. Your 6-year-old probably graduated kindergarten this past spring. Have him write a letter about that and continue writing a letter every year when they finish each school year, and he can give them as a graduation present. It's different from yours, but still meaningful, and he can be responsible for doing all the work himself instead of getting angry.
I mean, I think that's a great idea. And I mean, that brings up a really important point that he doesn't care so much about he's fine with having the daughter not have this sentimental important item. He cares less about her happiness because then maybe, the wife might look like a better parent and he doesn't actually want to be a better parent. He wants to just look like a good parent.
Yeah, exactly. And OP replies, and there's no way that I would get upset with him if he did something like that or feel like I needed to be included. I would be happy for our daughters that she had such a caring dad because I'm secure in the knowledge that I have my own ability to build a meaningful relationship with my daughters. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for not watching my newborn niece for 2 weeks while her parents visit Italy? My brother Kevin's wife, Casey, just had a baby. Now they are badgering the family because they have this 2-week vacation planned to Italy for 4 months. I explained to my brother that the baby doesn't just magically appear. I feel like they had plenty of time to either reschedule this trip or cancel it. Also, 2 weeks is a very long time to leave the baby. I'm not watching the baby even in shifts between our parents and Casey's parents. My mom said that she had not watched the baby for 2 weeks straight, and I feel like Casey's family said the same thing. My brother acts like his wife deserves this vacation because she just had a baby, and it was all she looked forward to during the pregnancy was her visit to Italy. I told my brother that his wife's priorities seem messed up, so I suggest you guys drop the baby in one of those safe haven drop boxes at a fire station because Casey is going to be in for a lifetime of disappointment because of her choices. My brother called me a jerk, and I asked him why did he have this baby in the first place if they didn't want it. Alright folks, what do you think?
I mean, I think Opie could have been a little kinder with her words, but I don't think she's in the wrong for not wanting to babysit for 2 weeks when the baby's, 4 months old.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that this is one of those situations where it's a very young baby, and I understand them wanting a break, but this is parenthood. Welcome to parenthood, right?
Right. Well, and it's such an important formative time. Like, yeah, an evening out, like that's totally fine. But leaving a 4-month-old for 2 weeks, I'm not an expert in child psychology, but I feel like that could cause attachment issues and whatnot.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think that this is a recipe for disaster. I think that this is not going to bode well for them. And it seems like they're prioritizing the child, and it seems like they're prioritizing their entertainment over the child's development, right? And I think that's not a good place to be as a parent, right? But let's see what the Wheel of Names has to say. Cosmic karma delivered. I don't know that works. Well, is it karma for OP to be like, just leave them in the safe haven drop box? Is it too far for them to say that?
I mean, I think it depends on how the rest of the conversation went. Because if they're like, we really need this break, like they may not be thinking about the realities of parenthood. Because what after they get back, after those 2 weeks, and then they have years upon years upon years of parenting without, like, they can't schedule a 2-week vacation every 4 months. It seems like it seems like they're trying to get free labor, so they don't have oodles of money to pay someone to watch the daughter.
I think they need to get an au pair and take the kid with them if they can. Something like that. And Excel Pager 420 says, info, why can't they take the baby with them if they're set on going? And OP replies, they might not get the baby's passport in time. I mean, that is a problem, right? But maybe postpone the trip or look into how long it takes to get a passport.
Well, can't you expedite them too?
I believe you can. It costs extra money, but I think you would want to expedite it if it were important like this, right? And Antromachi97 says, info, out of curiosity, is your brother primarily doing the badgering or Casey, or is it both of them? It's extremely weird, in my opinion. Like, if Casey is pushing for this, it's going to be a postpartum thing. Or they are truly both terrible people. I don't know. Is this typical for them, or could something else be going on? And OP replies, it's my brother because Casey had the baby literally 2 weeks ago, and this is the first time I heard about them going to Italy. Alright folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Rejecting to Hug My Mom After She Announced My Pregnancy? I'm 12 weeks pregnant, and I just attended my older sister's birthday. While I was there, my mom announced the whole party that there will be a baby shower soon, and she tells everyone that I am having a baby. I was shocked, and when she went in for a hug, I pulled away. I get that she's excited, and I get that it's good news, but this is my first pregnancy, and I already had in mind how I wanted to share my special news, and I feel like it was taken away from me. I also get that it was super rude of me to walk off and reject her hug in front of everyone, friends and family, but it was my natural reaction. I did not plan to announce it at my sister's birthday, as I didn't think that was socially appropriate and takes away from her moment. I'm super mad at my mom for putting me in this position, and now I feel like I kind of look like a bratty daughter to all of their family and friends because of my reaction. Alright folks, what do you think of this one?
Not the jerk. I mean, OP is right that her mom put her in a terrible situation. I think walking away is probably the best thing to do because, like, otherwise I would look to the sister like OP was in on this because that's going to be unfun for the sister to have her birthday upstage like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's going to be one of those considerations that OP has to put in, is like, this, how does this look? The optics aren't good. They're not good at all, because now it looks like OP wanted this, and if I think that OP was right to reject it, right?
Right, make it clear, like, this was not my choice, and OP has every right to be hurt with her mother because her choice to announce her pregnancy was taken away. That's something deeply personal that she and her partner, if there's a partner in the picture, should have decided together, and not for some random family member to spill the beans.
Exactly. But let's see what the Wheel of Names has to say. Plausible deniability. It's just pure deniability.
Yeah.
Pure deniability. And Energetic Sadness says, how is your sister after your mother stole the attention away from her at her own birthday party? Also, now you know not to share anything with your mother until everyone else already knows. not the jerk. And OP replies, my sister is the best. She understood and knows my heart and believed me when I said that I didn't plan on announcing my pregnancy like this since my husband wasn't even with me. I said bye to her before I left, and she opened her present in front of just me and my other sister, and we hugged. She had the worst experience with her mother as she had the first grandchild, and my mom basically thinks that she birthed my niece. Oh, wow.
Oof. Well, sisters stick together. Maybe put the mom on a timeout until baby is born,
Yeah.
and low contact thereafter.
Yeah.
But how rude. Like, her husband wasn't even there, didn't even get to be part of the announcement. Like, so rude.
All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here, and Amber, she has a joke.
The family was on vacation eating at a fancy restaurant when the little boy complained, Daddy, I don't like cheese with holes. Well, just eat the cheese and leave the holes on the side of your plate.
Good dad, good call. If you don't want the holes, then don't eat the holes. And I have Earl Grey. Alright, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Spectacular Saturday, folks. I hope your Saturday is off to a spectacular start. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it involve sentimental gifts.
Gifts are more meaningful when you contribute to them than when you force your partner to make them for you.
I agree. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye!